Hi, we're going to talk about sleep, and as parents, this is one of the most important topics. I talk to so many parents that are sleep deprived and don't know what to do about sleep training with their children, and that get really mixed up and confused about some of the research, some of the methodology. And I will say there's not one right way. Part of it's finding what works for you and your child and your child's personality. But let's go over some of the basic ideas about sleep. One is sleep is super important for all of us to restore ourselves. So your child's training is as important as your own sleep, right? So we've got to get everybody to sleep somehow. So here are just some facts about sleep. Is in the first year of life, first year children need 14 to 18 hours of sleep, and that's out of 24 hours. So that's a lot of sleep. They need 10 at night, and then they need some kind of rest or naps for 4 to 8 hours the rest of their first year. And I think most parents I've seen don't realize that, and that's really important. During sleep, they're restoring their body, they're learning about things, they're taking in all kinds of data, they're learning words, they're developmentally changing. So rest is an important part to incorporate all that into their life. By the time a child gets to be a toddler, they need at least 13 hours of sleep. So that's 2 naps a day. It may vary with 10 hours of sleep at night and then maybe an hour and a half in the morning, an hour and a half at night in the afternoon. But maybe your child is one that does more a 45-minute morning nap and a longer afternoon nap of a couple hours. So just to know your child actually can't get too much sleep. It's often what I've seen is parents underestimate the amount of sleep. And if you miss the sleep window, which research will say the body starts to say, I'm cranky, I'm tired, children will rub their eyes. They'll start to be fussy and cranky. If you miss that window, children actually start to release cortisol in their body and ramp up. So then it's harder to get them to sleep. So I think one of the things for parents is to just think about your child's schedule, especially in their younger years, 0 to 5, as sleep is part of the important thing they do no matter what, like eating and like play. It's really an important part to revolve your schedule around to keep it consistent as much as possible. Preschoolers also need rest and quiet time, so they may not sleep, but if they have time alone in their room, they can do quiet things. Don't have TVs on, don't have computers on, don't have stimuli, but puzzles, reading. And then if they're really sleepy, they'll fall asleep. But if they have stimuli, they won't. And then this is so interesting. Research shows that children who go 8 to 9 hours without any rest actually are 86% more likely to end up in the emergency room. I was trying to figure that out, but when you get tired, you might get crabby, you might fall out of a tree, you might fall off a playground event. So it just shows that sleep deprivation, children have trouble managing their emotions, and they struggle with how to recoup and have what's called self-regulation. Things to watch for in your children is too much TV during the day, obviously computer games. Babies actually shouldn't watch TV. Some of the research shows that light and too much stimulation is not good for babies. They can't process it well. The idea of soda and caffeine is not good for children. And the whole idea of being able to help them self-regulate. So in ending, 2 different ways. One is that you don't let your children cry at all, which was not my idea of parenting, but it is some people that they're quiet. You let them soothe against your body until they learn to self-regulate at 1 or 2 years old. That's a little too much work for me. The other one would be you let your children cry for 3 to 5 minutes and then go in and comfort them and then leave them and let them cry on their own a little bit so that they can begin to learn that it's okay, that I'm going to be able to go to sleep. Couple great books, Healthy Sleep Habits, Happy Child is one of the most profound books on that, and the Sleep Sense program. And both books are really good on helping you look at patterns and choices and options for sleep. And most of all, we want you to sleep well as parents, and we want your kids to learn self-regulation and sleep so that they can be healthy, rested individuals.